This is the Hall Forum. My name is Michael Riccards, and our guest today is President Patricia Donohue, who's the president of Mercer County Community College. President Donohue, welcome back again.
Thanks, Michael.
Delighted to have you. You're talking about the financial problems that the community colleges are facing in New Jersey and elsewhere. Students can make up some of those increases, can't they, in tuition increases with more financial aid?
Because finances at the community college for students are usually lower, students eligible for full financial aid can indeed get those increases covered. And that's true whether they're getting federal financial aid or state aid, or particularly for the New Jersey Stars, where their tuition is covered in full.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people talking to me about the New Jersey Stars program. There's some confusion, especially among parents and their students, about what it is. Could you give us the 30-second sketch on it?
Well, the 30-second sketch is that New Jersey Stars was created as a merit scholarship designed to get New Jersey students into higher education, but to keep our students at home here in New Jersey. Across the state at this time, there are over 2,200 New Jersey Stars currently in the community colleges. About 200 of them are here at Mercer County Community College. And the students who have become New Jersey Stars, the word is spreading among students and their friends and younger siblings that this was such a terrific benefit for their parents and for their families that they would be able to come with their tuition and fees paid at the community college. So it is raising the bar for students who want to graduate and be eligible. To do that, they have to be in the top 20% of their graduating class from high school, and then from one semester to the next, to keep it, they have to maintain their grade point average. There is a second part of New Jersey Stars that allows those New Jersey Stars who graduate from the community college to transfer and continue a New Jersey Stars scholarship at the four-year institutions. So it allows them to go all the way through to their baccalaureate degree.
Is there a financial cutoff point for their parents? If their parents earn $120,000, are they still eligible?
There has not been. In the original conception, this was just a merit scholarship, so there was no other criteria about parent income. Certainly that's part of the governor's proposal this year. It's a very hotly debated topic as we speak. And clearly one of the things that I think does have traction is to change it now for students who believed they had a full scholarship starting in August could really be devastating for some of those families.
Does it just pay for tuition?
New Jersey Stars pays for tuition and fees. So it doesn't give them living expenses, which if they're truly eligible for federal aid, they may also get money for living expenses.
When the student comes and talks to you, what's the area of financial aid that they find the most difficult to cope with?
I think many of our students just desperately need financial aid, and the whole process of completing the paperwork, waiting for the federal response. We have a great financial aid office like most of our sister colleges, but in fact that aid comes from the federal government or the state government, and there are very strict guidelines about who's eligible and what documentation that students have to produce in order to get aid.
I remember in some of the programs that I dealt with, federal money wasn't coming into the middle of the first semester, that it was not there September 1.
That is true, and the feds have gotten so meticulous about enforcing that students have to attend a certain amount of the semester to keep their aid that many colleges don't dispense the aid beyond their tuition until we've passed that point of the semester when you know they're entitled to aid.
Now, you've been a college president at several places.
Yes.
What are your frustrations when you look at the job?
Well, the frustration is always that community colleges have such a broad mission. We need to serve our students well. We need to reach out and find the students who should be here, who may not have confidence to come on their own. And we need to make sure that we're out in the future in terms of what businesses and employers need our graduates to know. So we're always doing that balancing act, and always with a budget question.
Tell me, give me one of your success stories.
Well, I think one of our success stories, in my last presidency, we had a great need for a fire training academy and emergency management location. There was nothing in Northeast Pennsylvania, and I'm proud to say 2 weeks ago they cut the ribbons for it. Here, we have recently taken over the fire academy, which is actually the county's responsibility, but we provide the programming, and so I'm following that same vein, and we're working very hard. Our director, Scott Lowe, is working very hard to increase the programming, increase the quality, and make sure we're reaching all those people in the emergency services who need training.
Now, you need them because, to a large extent, many of them are no longer volunteers. The volunteer base of the fire department, for example, is pretty much gone compared to what it used to be, because people aren't around that much in the daytime.
Well, I think that's true compared to what it used to be, but there is still a heavy dependence on volunteers in the fire service. So how we get them trained and providing the funding and support for that, which comes first from the county, but not entirely.
When you and your colleagues sit around, as college presidents have a tendency to do, and chatting, where do you see the community colleges going in Jersey in the next 5 years or so?
Well, we know that we will continue to need to serve more people. Something I've seen across the country is the desperate need in America to make sure that everybody is getting a higher level of education. We talk about offshoring jobs, and the jobs in America all require higher skills, and that's real. It's not just talk. The difference between an entry-level minimum wage job and a self-sustaining job is significant financially, and it's significant educationally. So we know that we have to reach out to students better. We have to keep costs affordable for students and find ways to provide learning for everybody who needs it.
Madam President, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Michael.
Good to have you here.
Pleasure.
On behalf of the Hall Institute, thank you very much for being here as we discuss the critical question of education for the American people and education here in the state of New Jersey. Thank you.